What's up, everybody? It's Supersmallchibiwolf here, and today I'm going to be reviewing Venus Wars. Now, Venus Wars is a sci-fi adventure drama. Yeah, it's somewhat drama, sci-fi adventure drama, anime movie. So yeah, I try to think what else to add there, but yeah, that's all. The first thing I want to talk about is the characters. Now, in my opinion, I like the characters. You know, they were interesting, they were funny, crazy. Some were just I don't even know, insane, some of them, depending which one. Yeah. I'd say it's diverse, right? Diversity inside the characters, I would say. You know, different personalities, etc. Now, first character I want to talk about is Hero. Hero, he was a cool motorcycle racer dude with a spunky attitude, a rebellious guy that was determined to succeed. And, you know, I like it. You know, he wasn't used as someone who fell down a lot. You know, he didn't feel like, oh, I'm overpowered or something like that. You know, I think he was a well written character, you know, good. And, you know, because nowadays, and even back then, you know, some movies in general, right, anime or not, you know, sometimes they kind of go either way too much. You know, kind of too overpowered or too, you know, weak, and sometimes they kind of spend too much time in one thing than the other. You know what I mean? So I like Hero. You know, um, and I'm judging it by the movies I've watched recently, like actual movies, not anime wise. And yeah, it's good too. Like me personally, you know, recently watching things, it's like what was it, like they say the reference, like they're saying it's a breath of fresh air or something like that. The references, you know, it's good. Coat of paint. Yeah. Moving on, Maggie. You know, I like Maggie. You know what? Let me tell you this, man. I like Maggie because besides being, you know, the Karen girl in the anime, that was also a love interest to Hero. You know, I like her because besides her being nice, you know, she also helped out. You know, she was helpful throughout the story. She was a great character due to her being someone who was actually, you know, there not just to be there, just, you know, to be another face like the other guys. You know, that I kind of felt like it was like that. You know, like for example, the other friends, yeah, they were there for a reason, you know, to help out. But Maggie kind of had more heart, in my opinion. She was there to help out. They actually had a relationship, you know, building up and actually, you know, what was it, connected good and, you know, made it more good, the story, made it more interesting, the characters in general. Also, she, out of all, you know, she's my favorite female character and backup character. You know, I liked the other characters as well, don't get me wrong, you know, but the relationship between her and Hill, you know, I like that, you know. I feel like Hill's best moments, besides being with his team racing or fighting and moments here and there, I like the moments with him and Maggie, you know, they were cool. So, Susan, you know, she was a nice, crazy, or insane girl, you know, trying to do her job. Maybe she's a superhero in some ways, you know, durability powers here and there, surviving explosions and missiles and tanks. Basically, anything any uh, big superhero like character could do, you know. And yeah, she's basically this funny, crazy freak, you know, who would just. I like her, you know, I liked her character, is what I'm trying to say. It's just like, wow, you know, crazy stuff. The other characters were cool, you know, and fun to watch, but I kind of feel like they were the same in a way, but in the same way, that's not bad because that's good and bad. Bad because I really didn't have that much to say about them, but it's good because they were at least likable, not like, oh, they're all the same, I don't like them. You know what I mean? I did enjoy watching them, but it kind of, in my opinion, it wasn't enough to say that they are their own thing a lot. You know. So yeah. Now, the story starts off with an explanation to why people are now living in Venus. In 2003, a ice comet collided with Venus, stripping it from its atmosphere, and the ice became acid oceans at its surface. At the time, people in Earth started to immigrate to Venus due to Venus having resources that people can live off of, and from, like, you know, water, oxygen, and more, you know, that kind of stuff. In 2018, the first group of immigrants were dispatched to the north of Venus in 2089, the 72nd or 72 year of the Venus of what do they call it? They have a specific word, Venusian calendar or something like that. Made up word or something like that. Is the time Venus was is set in, and from here we learn that Venus's population is in the millions. The planet is divided into two separate nations, Aphrodite and Ishtar. Dude, I don't know, those sound weird names. Because of the constant controversy surrounding the two nations, their soldiers, Susan Summers, a reporter from Earth, came to Venus to get the latest news. The crazy one, basically, that has superpowers and does not die. It doesn't matter how many explosions and missiles you put on top of her head. But moving on from that, goes to Venus to get the latest news. But shortly after her arrival, the Ishtar forces plan to get her. At the same time, we are introduced to Hero, a guy that is involved in a popular motorcycle racing sport, as Hero and others race trying to win. A war starts and basically affects the race as everyone runs in fear while everything is going to hell basically. Hero's like, you know what? Okay, we need to leave. Also, while this is going on, Susan's basically filming everything like it's the best day of her life. Well, Hero is like, you know what? Yeah, this is not for me. I need to get out of here. So from here, the story and adventure starts. So yeah, pretty good story, man. I like the story to be honest, man. It kind of got me interested in the beginning. It got to me, nice, and yeah. Now the music, in my opinion, the music was really nice. I like the some music that they spread out throughout the movie. It has the 1980s style of music here, and it was good. So that's a really good thing that I enjoyed is the 1980s style of music. So the fights were it was good. From riding a motorcycle with guns to head-to-head combat, and also having regular guns and tanks. It was all fun to watch, man. I did enjoy it, the fights. Venus Wars, also, let me tell you a little bit of backstory. Venus Wars is based on a manga miniseries written, directed, and illustrated by Yoshikazu Yosuhiko. I think that's how you pronounce it. But yeah, man, let's just call him Yoshi for short. So Yoshi, man, he pretty cool, man. I didn't know the manga, I never read that part, but movie wise, the way he directed it, and he read it, he wrote it, illustrated it, and all that. Man, I would say, from anime wise, I think the manga would be pretty cool as well because if he did good in this movie, then of course I'm gonna expect him to do amazing or cool in the other one as well, like the manga wise. So Yoshi, you did good, Yoshi, man. I like it. Also, more information. The manga was in the Gaikin magazine, Noah Comics. It went from 1987 to 1990, and then by Chuo Koyon Shinsha in 1999. In 1989, Venus Worlds was adapted into an anime movie. The creator of Venus Worlds also wrote and directed this movie. Also, all the places in Venus Worlds are actual continents on Venus. In other words, it's basically cool shit. Okay, long story short, this dude is fun. He's interesting guy that created Venus Worlds. Actually, give him what was the actual information and details of Venus. Making it more interesting, which I like. Some people might find that boring. But in my opinion, I like the details in movies like this. Like oh, that comet is there's a comet in Venus actual name that or this and that. So moving on from that, I noticed that Venus Worlds uses a vintage weird camera to record some, small parts of real life. It is shown in the credits. I think two or three times during the movie itself. Towards the end, it's something that I feel like bringing up because well, it's not talked about. I mean, it's not used a lot nowadays, but it is something I did like. It's not nothing amazing or cool. Well, I like it. I'd say it's cool. Okay, I'd say it's nice and cool, but it's not nothing amazing. but I still did like it. I think it was something that only Venus Wolves did, while other movies didn't. Hey, maybe they did. I'm not aware of that. But yeah. Besides that, yeah, something that. Oh, yeah, something else. Something that I noticed is that they tried to add more detail in the drama and action moments. For example, they will show us details about character backstories to let us have more information or a connection towards these characters. For example, what was her name? Oh, Maggie, for example. There was a scene where Hero is in a closet and giving us more information on Maggie's life, and I like that, man. It's more like giving the backup characters more heart, even though they're not going to be the main focus of the movie. We actually get to have an opinion, knowing more about them. You know what I mean? They give more information towards these backup characters, so we could kind of relate to them a little bit more and know them a little bit more than just being like, oh, like, well, his other guy friends, which is basically like, dude over there just going crazy. You know what I mean? So that's what I like about Maggie. Also, so Venus Wolves. Venus Wolves was a really good, fun adventure action movie, somewhat comedy, uh, that also had some drama. And yeah, man, I like this. I would say Venus Wolves had great characters, great music, and a really good story, man. I recommend watching Venus Wolves. It is a good anime movie to watch when you're just at home relaxing or just want to watch a fun action anime movie with a spunky protagonist going on this crazy adventure to save Venus from some crazy bad guys and just going all out, having fun while doing it. You know what I mean? Also, by the way, I didn't know to add this or not, but in the beginning I kind of had feelings of, oh, Hero is kind of reminds me of Cloud Strife when Advent Children, Final Fantasy 7 movie. I don't know. It's just something I was thinking. Should I add it? Should I not? So I just want to throw it out there, just for the fun of it, right? So, with that being that, I hope you enjoyed the video. The animes that I recommend are Go and Login because he kind of reminds me of Kamina and somewhat Simo, well, later on, and Tenshi Muyo because, well, I don't know, I like it. The group of friends, that's why. These groups of friends kind of remind me somewhat of Tenshi Muyo. So, yeah, going out to fight evil in space. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and until next time, bye.